Hello. Now, since my greeting is over and I have welcomed myself back in my community, let's go back to some quality content. So I re-uploaded a video called Child's Play. That was kind of my take on the first trailer for Child's Play. Now a second trailer has been released. I'm fucking late on this shit, but get used to it, guys. I'm late on everything. So by far, this trailer, it's somewhat better, but it has a lot of fucking problems. Let's get into them. First thing I want to talk about is Andy. I was hoping if the second trailer would give a better explanation of why a mother would buy her 12-year-old boy a doll. So far the explanation is, well, he can't make friends, so I'm going to buy him a buddy doll, so kind of be his friend. Bullshit. I feel like the only mom that would do that is someone who is messed up as a child. Alright, so your solution to help your son make friends is say, well, I'm going to buy him a doll. That's not going to make him gain friends. That's going to make him lose friends. Well, Dylan, there's no problem with boys playing with dolls. I get that. I have no problem with boys playing with dolls either. It doesn't mean anything. But the thing is, though, is that do you think a 12-year-old gives a shit about dolls? Shit, anymore, kids don't give a shit about dolls. Nowadays, I see toddlers play with dolls. I don't see kids play with dolls. It's sad, but it's true. Technology's taken over. But this movie, and again, the fanboys, the Chucky fanboys have been screaming the top of the hills. It's stupid. He's a robot now. It's stupid. You know what? I don't care about the tech angle. If they're going to make it where, oh, Chucky's a robot now, that's fine. They're just trying to make it different. I applaud the filmmakers for wanting to make something that's different. They could do what the remake to Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th did, was do the same shit the original did, rehashing it, and, you know, giving out a product that is vanilla compared to the original. They had in the original being far more superior. But this is different. They're giving a new spin to it. I'll take it. But there's too much shit that we need to get into. Going back to my Andy argument, do you think a 12-year-old gives a shit about dolls? And I'll have people say, well, this is a smart doll. It has all the shit that a millennial would like. It has YouTube, all that internet shit, the cloud, that shit into it, and it works the smartphone. You know what, I buy that. I feel like nowadays, you know, they would make a doll that, you know, fucking smartphones involved with it. Because everything has to have a freaking smartphone involved with it. Everything's connected to technology in some way to keep themselves relevant. But I don't think a 12-year-old would just take the doll and be like, you know what, this doll's my friend. Now, if I was that boy, I'd just say, now, a reasonable 12-year-old boy would be like, Mom, this is kind of gay. This is not going to help me make friends. Actually, I'm going to be bullied for playing with a fucking doll. That'd be a more realistic case. I mean, just how life... And he's being bullied just with a trailer, so what's the point? It doesn't make sense. And a concept that I do like that is presented in this trailer, I heard it from some, like, you know, those film theorists out there who try to be like film theory, but they just point out Easter eggs for some weird reason, and they do the indie explained. I'm not into those videos, but they're fine. But they talked about an idea that, maybe the reason why Chucky goes crazy is because Andy makes friends, which are shown in this, that are shown in this trailer. You know what, that is a pretty good reason. It's better explanation than a serial killer being killed and going into a doll and hanging out with the kid for some reason. It's a better explanation, I get it. The thing about it is, is that we can't ignore that a 12-year-old boy instead of a 6-year-old like the original. Oh, here's the thing that made the original film scary, was that Andy was a 6-year-old boy. A 6-year-old boy can hold his own in some respects, and he does in the original. With my favorite scene.
Andy, no, please. We're friends to the end, remember?
This is the end, friend.
It was a good scene. But what made this idea scary was it was a 6-year-old boy being hunted by a killer doll. And the little boy barely had any ability to fight back or even take down Chucky. But now we have a 12-year-old who can definitely kick Chucky's ass and make a name and win. And also, but you see the concepts there, they don't match. The original's concept makes more sense than this one. And for some weird reason, they add this Stranger Things shit where all the kids have weapons. I get it, because the producers of the movie are the same producers who produced It, a movie about a bunch of kids fighting against a clown. Here's the thing about that, is that doesn't work for Chucky. Actually, that's some Goonies shit right there. This isn't Stranger Things. This is Child's Play. So when you add a goofy concept like, oh, the kids are going to fight against Chucky, that just kind of ruins it. It makes it childish. Again, this isn't Stranger Things. Actually, I take that concept more serious than I do this. But yeah, and the strange enough, the idea that the tech angle is shown more in this trailer, is that Chucky, again, since it's connected to a smartphone, and the creators of Chucky, Caslin, this company, I guess I get the Apple of this world, they have all these products, and Chucky is a hacker apparently, because he hacks into this phone and is able to control drones and cars, which I don't buy that car shit, because yes, Google has a car, but Google isn't selling their car nationwide. It's actually more of a test thing right now, so bullshit. But it's a cool concept because the idea of technology killing us is more scary than robots killing us. Because remember, machines like smartphones or cars or whatever, they have no face, they have no emotion, they just kill and then that's it. That's a scary concept. It reminds me of the movie Maximum Overdrive, which is it's extremely underrated film. Now the first 20 minutes of that movie actually was kind of scary because the idea of all machines killing is pretty scary because they have no face, they have no emotion, they have no voice, they just kill. That's a very scary concept. By the way, the scene where, when I was a kid watching Maximum Overdrive, there's a scene where the steamroller came through a baseball game and ran over some kids. That fucked me up as a child. It's nothing to do with the video, I'm just mentioning that though. But yeah, you get the point. The concept is shown here, and it actually kind of makes Chucky more scary because he's able to control all these machines. The problem with this is, like most good concepts, this trailer, they have problems. Like there's a lot of things that are good about this trailer, but they bring up some very problematic shit. There better be a damn good explanation of why Chucky is suddenly evil. I know this story has been done a million times about artificial intelligence becoming evil. Here's the thing about artificial intelligence. No matter what people say, they're just not smart enough. The key word, artificial intelligence. Not complete intelligence, artificial. So they have no need to kill, they have no need to feel anything. Well, Dylan, Siri makes jokes to me, and Siri kind of sounds threatening in a way. Well, yeah, Siri is voiced by an actual human being. But then again, you also have people, human beings, who programmed Siri and made it where a human being like me would ask Siri a question and Siri would answer. Just because she makes jokes doesn't mean she has a sense of humor. So don't bring that fucking argument on my table, because Chucky wouldn't have any. That's the problem with it, is that he just doesn't. There better be an explanation of why he's doing this. It just can't be, oh, the machine fucked up. No, it's 2019. It's not the 80s anymore. In the 80s, I would tolerate a concept like, well, machine just said, fuck it, I'll kill now. I get that. In the 80s, I would take that. But it's not the 80s anymore. When you need to have a better explanation of why he's doing this. Do you think that Caslin would make a product that would kill? Do you think they would purposely do that? Or do you think they're retarded enough to make it open where shit can affect the artificial intelligence? Like, again, the greatest argument, do robots have feelings? Even though they don't. Artificial intelligence does not have feelings. So, in the end, that's why I'm saying there better be a good explanation of why this shit's happening. Oh guys, I'm off that tangent. Now, let's go on to the next thing. The thing you actually probably give a shit about if you're clicking on a video about Child's Play. It was recently announced that Mark Hamill was going to play Chucky. I think he's a good choice. I'm fine with that. He sounds pretty good in the trailer.
Good night, Andy.
I mean, he actually sounds a lot like Brad Dourif. Honestly, if they didn't even tell me, like if they didn't say that Mark Hamill was doing the voice, then I'd be like, oh, it's just Brad Dourif again. But here lies the problem with having a grown man voice Chucky once again. The last video with Child's Play I did was I said that if they're going to make this remake, they need to have either Chucky have a child's voice or not talk at all. That would actually make him scary. The thing that made Chucky stop being scary was that people got over the act. He's starting to become corny, and that's why the series went into the more comedy route with my favorite film, Bride of Chucky. That's my favorite film in the series. Because it's the only one that's like, fuck it, we're not going to take this serious anymore, it's a comedy. I love it for that. But here's the problem with it is that you're doing the same shit you did before. It was just Mark Hamill this time. No. We're not going to be able to take him serious now because it's a grown man voicing him once again. Mark Hamill can sound scary. Shit, he can sound scary as a Joker. The thing is, though, is that it just doesn't work. Because one, going back to the artificial intelligence argument, is that would a company make their dolls to have the voice of a grown man? They wouldn't. In the original film, you kind of heard Chucky like in the voice that the manufacturers made, which is a child's voice, like any doll would be. No one makes a doll with a full-grown man's voice. They have a child's voice. The reason why Chucky had a grown voice because he was a serial killer that died and possessed this doll. How are you going to explain that shit for this movie? Why does he have a grown man's voice? He wouldn't have a grown man's voice. He would have a child's voice. Again, he's not a serial killer. This isn't about a serial killer going into a doll anymore. This is about a robot. Why does he have a grown man's voice? What manufacturer would do that? And honestly, it'd be 10 times scary if he had the voice of a child. That's some creepy shit. Imagine Chucky taunting Andy with this little boy's voice. That'd be kind of scary. Or if he didn't talk at all. If he didn't talk at all or had a child's voice, I'd be fine with the idea. But for some reason, they're just like, we're doing the same thing we did last time. No, if you're gonna do the tech angle, if you're gonna make him a robot, go all the way with it. Don't just go half-assing and just say, well, the fans are gonna get pissed if we don't have a voice that resembles Brad Dourif. So we're gonna have to get Mark Hamill to do it. Don't half-ass it. Just go with it. If you're going to make something new, then make something new. Because you can't take a concept of a grown man's voice and bring it into this film because it doesn't make sense. If he's a robot, why would they program him to have a grown man's voice? Or maybe it's a twist. Maybe it's the same thing about a serial killer goes in a robot. If it goes that direction, I'm just gonna fucking leave the theater. That's some pretty stupid shit. And again, it's gonna destroy the concept. Oh my god. I just wish they would have done what I said. I wish they would have went by the either a kid or no talking thing. It actually makes Chucky scary, actually. I never thought Chucky was scary. The first movie, he's kind of creepy. Second movie, kind of creepy. Third movie, he's just kind of there. But the thing that made the Chucky movies good was Brad Dourif. That's the, like, even the more recent shitty ones, like Cult of Chucky and Curse of Chucky, even Seed of Chucky. Those are some pretty bad movies, but at least Brad Dourif does a good job playing Chucky. I know that Mark Hamill doesn't do a good job. It's impossible for the guy not to do a good job. The problem is, though, is that it just doesn't fit in this film. It doesn't fit. That's why they're gonna have a hard time explaining. They're gonna have to explain so much shit. And the littlest thing they don't explain, people are just gonna go off on them about it. If you're gonna take it serious, then take it serious. I'm sorry. I don't buy the idea that a grown man is. I'm not buying that. I'm sorry. I'm not buying a doll having a grown man's voice. I'm not buying that shit. I'm not buying a 12-year-old boy fucking getting a doll and being happy with it. I'm not buying that either. Oh god, this trailer is so problematic. It's crazy. Like, it's at least the first trailer gave you suspense of what the movie was going to be. Fuck. Speaking of suspense, for the longest time, and the thing that all of us thought was that, oh, they're keeping Chucky in the shadows because they want to keep you in suspense for what he looks like. No longer do I have that mindset. What I think now is that they're hiding it because he looks like shit. Judging by this image. Looks pretty fucking bad, doesn't it? How do you fuck that up? It's not that hard to make a doll look creepy. They look creepy on their own. This looks like some shit that I would see on Pinky Elvira and the Brain. You probably never seen that. I have a weird childhood. But it fucking looks horrible. Like, it looks really bad. Like, there was no effort put in that shit. There was probably effort put into it, but it looks like trash. How? Or maybe this is like the other movies, like Curse of Chucky, where Chucky looks decent, but there's one shot where he looks like complete shit. Maybe that's the case here. But the weird thing is that if that's the case, why is it in the trailer? Why is the one shitty shot of Chucky in the trailer? And so far, it's the only image we have of Chucky. At least in the trailer. Oh. So yes, I don't have too many bright hopes for this movie. They should have gone with the Don't Speak or Child voice. But no, judging by it so far, I don't think this movie's going to be a good one. But I've been proven wrong before. A big thing of last year was I said and so far the video that I had the most views on is the Halloween 2018 rant, where I said, oh, it looks like shit. Then I watched the movie and actually it was great. It wasn't perfect, but it was great. I'm hoping that's the same case for this movie. I'm hoping this movie's good. I'm hoping. But so far, it's not looking good for it though. This isn't a good this isn't a good first look. So far, it looks pretty bad. Maybe I'll watch it and be somewhat entertained, or maybe the movie will be complete shit. I don't know. Oh, I just prayed it's a good movie. Alright guys, I'm done ranting about fucking Child's Play. Have you guys seen the trailer? If you have, comment down below. I would like a discussion going on in the comments, kind of what you guys think. I'm not too into the idea of this bullshit of it being... I'm not too into this trailer. It looks pretty bad, and they opened way too many fucking doors. And now they're gonna have to freaking work overtime explaining all this shit. Oh, this looks pretty bad. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want, and I'll see you guys next time.